Mudhupatarithayate Mudhuksharanti sindhavaham Madhveerna santoshadhi Madhunaktam utoshasi Madhumat parthiva gumrajaham Madhudaurastuna pitang Madhumanno banaspatir Madhumagumastu suryaham Madhvirgambo bhavantunha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the winds blow sweetly. May the rivers flow sweetly. May days and nights be sweet to us. May the dust of the earth be sweet to us. May the trees and plants be sweet to us. Be sweet to us. May the heaven that protects us be sweet to us. May the sun shine on us sweetly. May the cows yield us sweet milk to us. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be blissful. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is Thoughts on the Gita, part 131. We are studying the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Yoga. The chapter on liberation through renunciation. We shall start from verse 55. First, let me give you the introduction. Gita means song. Bhagavad Gita, the song sung by God. That is called Bhagavad Gita. Human beings have problems. Arjuna, the great warrior, had two problems: fear and delusion. As you know, the Gita was taught at the battlefield, not in the monastery or in the hermitage or in somewhere else. Battlefield. Confused. Arjuna was fully confused. Arjuna, Krishna taught this Bhagavad Gita at the battlefield and removed delusion and fear. That is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Now, what kind of God Krishna was? Those who have a little background of Vedanta, they know the concept of God in Vedanta is Sat Chidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute, impersonal, beyond qualities, beyond name, beyond form, beyond everything. Pure consciousness. There is no gender there. No attributes. That is Brahman. Infinite. When that Brahman is endowed with Maya power, it generates three powers. The first power is called Sandhini Shakti. Sandhini Shakti means Almighty. God is Almighty. Second, Sambit Shakti. God is all-knowing. Omniscience, Sarvagya Sarvavid. Third, Alladini Shakti. God is all-loving. What's three words? Almighty, Sarva Shaktiman, all powers God has. Almighty, all-knowing, all-loving. That is God. Very interesting that God is within all of us. But we do not see Him. You do not see electricity, but you see the manifestation of electricity. You see the light. You see the fan. You see the computer. You see your cell phone. You see everywhere you see that electricity, power. Power is invisible, but we see the manifestation. So in the human system, very interesting, how that power manifests. First, it manifests in buddhi, jnana shakti, knowledge, power to know. The moment we are born, look at the children. Why, when, what, how, what. The children bombarding the questions to the parents. I want to know. I want to know this whole mystery of this world. That little baby is shouting, Mom, why, when, where, what, how. This is called Jnana Shakti. Next, Kriya Shakti. Your body, your senses, working. Third, Ichha Shakti, willpower. I want to do. You know, human beings, some people's willpower is so low, little. Some people have tremendous willpower. So, see, the Brahman, that Brahman Shakti manifests in human system in three places. Jnana Shakti, power of knowledge, Ichha Shakti, power of will, and Kriya Shakti, power of action. Now, we want to know God. There is a beautiful poem of Rabindranath Tagore. আমি আপন গন্ধে ঘুরে ঘুরে মরি, খুঁজিতে গন্ধ মম, কস্তুরী মৃগ সম। কস্তুরী মৃগ, musk deer. That musk grows in the navel of the deer. When the fragrance comes, the deer does not know from where that musk, that fragrance is coming. The deer runs and runs and runs, dies. Then people go and extract the musk. So all these human beings, it is beautiful. You can imagine that fragrance is coming from within, but he doesn't know. Running around and around and around, and they die. So all these human beings carrying God all the time, but doesn't know. What are they doing? Moving around, running around, go to the temple, go to the churches, go everywhere. It is within. How? That buddhi, your intellect, all these people are mind, intellect, antakarana, Brahman, this consciousness reflects there. That is God. Vedantic concept of God, democratic concept God. Everybody is God. Very interesting, this Vedantic background. Those who have, they know where is God. He is within. We do not know. We are running around just like masked deer. There is a verse in the Isha Upanishad. Sometimes when I go for a walk, I repeat that verse. Paranchikhani Bhatrinath Sambhu Parang Pashyanti Nantratman Kushidhira Pratyagatmanamikshat Avrita Chakshu Amritattamichan. Shambhu, God, created these outgoing tendencies. So the human mind's always going outside through the sense organs. The eyes see, the ears hear, the nose smell, all these 5 sense of knowledge, organs of knowledge, we are gathering continuously from outside. Then this Upanishad says, Abrita Chakshuhu, close your eyes. That means shut the senses. Amritattam Ichan, turn your mind inside. How does it work? Nowadays, most people have camera, iPhone, very good camera, all the time taking pictures of outside. But if you want to see your own picture, turn. Go selfie or what do you call it, I don't know. Turn, make the selfie. Put the camera on your face and see how you look. That Upanishad says, selfie, learn selfie. When you go to the shrine in meditation, put a selfie. How do I look? Do you know, I remember when I was studying Vedanta, a Swami told me, once you see, once you have that experience, you will never forget. He gave an example. There is no mirror in this world. But somehow you find one of your friends have a mirror. And you go into your house, and you see the face in that mirror. At that time, you know how beautiful you look. And perhaps that mirror is destroyed. But mirror is destroyed, but you cannot forget your own look. That he taught me. Once you have that glimpse of the Atman or God, once, you will never forget it. I am just telling you that how it works. Now the main question comes, Krishna mentioned, I sometimes ask people, what you are supposed to do and what God is going to do to you. It is 50-50. Remember these 3 verses of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, 9, 10, 11. 10, 9, 10, 11. Remember, 10, 9, 10, 11. There Krishna is talking about Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantasya mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha tesam satadayuktanam bhajatam pritibuddhakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantiti tesam evonukam partam mahamagyanajam tamaha nasayam atma bhavastu gyanudipena vasada. The first 3 lines for you, and next 3 lines for God, Krishna. Matchitta, think of me. Madgoda prana, divert all of your energy, action towards me. Bodhayanta parasparam, try to understand me from each other. Kathayanta shamamnitam, talk about me. As Sri Ramakrishna says, the person who eats rajesh, belches rajesh. The person who think of God, they only talk about God. Kathayantasya mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That is the way you will get joy. Those who satata yuktanam, always connected with me and worship me with love. Those three things for you. Next, do you know what I shall do to you? Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yanamam upayantite. I shall connect your buddhi with me. I shall enter inside your buddhi so that you can reach me. Next verse, beautiful. Teshameva anukampartam, out of compassion, out of mercy. Do you know what do I do? I light the lamp of wisdom in the hearts and knock out, destroy the gloom of ignorance, darkness. That is God's job. You can visualize that what you are supposed to do and what God is going to do to you. I light the lamp of wisdom in the hearts of human beings and knock out, remove the darkness, ignorance from their minds so that they can see me. That I do out of compassion. Anukampartam. Another interesting thing about Gita, Purushottama. Krishna is Purushottama. But Swami, what is Purushottama? Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Purushat, Purushottama, Uttama Purusha. Three words Krishna used in the 13th chapter of the Gita. Kshara means God manifested in this world as Jeev Jagat, this universe and beings. Manifested form. That is called Kshara. The English word immanent, manifested. Second, Akshara, unmanifested, Nirgun Brahman, that pure consciousness. That is called Akshara Purusha. And what is Krishna? Both. I am immanent, and that word is called transcendent. I am immanent, I am transcendent. I am that Purushottama, Supreme Being. I created, at the same time I am detached. That concept, that God, took human form and taught Arjuna and still teaching us through the Gita. He is not dead. His message is alive, and he is in this message. That is the reason Bhagavad Gita is a really wonderful scripture. All the philosophical schools of India, they take help from Bhagavad Gita. All yogis and gurus, all householders, all monks, everybody needs Bhagavad Gita. Today I am giving this introduction for you. Do you know why? Because we want to enter God. That is the reason I am giving the introduction. In the last two verses of the 11th chapter of the Gita, you will see that Krishna is talking about Bhaktatu Ananya Saikaham Evang Arjuna Gatum Drashtum Cha Tattena Pravishtum Cha Parantapa. I want to know God, I want to see God, I want to enter God. These are the three words Krishna used. Knowing, seeing, entering. How can we enter God? That mystery we must have to know. That is our subject today. Next verse Krishna says, that is also a very beautiful verse. Mat karma krit mat paramo madartha sanga burjito nirvairo sarva bhuteshu ya samameti panjava. Mat karma krit. Listen carefully. Mat karma, work for me. Krishna says, work for me. Mat karma krit. Mat paramo. Parayon. I'm lokho. Just concentrate on me. That is, first one is karma yoga, next one is raja yoga. Mat parayano. Mat bhakta, be my devotee, love me. Bhakti yoga. Nirvairo sarva bhuteshu. Then, what is called mat karma, mat paramo, then sanga borjita, vijitas, that is jnana yoga. Karma yoga, Jnana Raja yoga, Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga. These are the four royal paths lead us to God. That Krishna says, this is the way you can reach me. Buddho sharanamanicha kripana phalahitava. Take refuge in your buddhi. Go inside. Go within. Then you will see me. All right, that is my introduction. Let me go now. The 54, the previous verse was Brahma bhuto prasannatma nasauchiti nakangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhate param. That first line I really like. Brahma bhuto prasannatma nasauchiti nakangshati. The man whose mind is absorbed in Brahman, Prasannatma, is so calm, serene, tranquil. Na shochati, he never grieves. Na kankshati, he never desires. Sometimes, these are the things, sometimes you can meditate on these words. I remember one of my teachers taught me, learn how to squeeze the words of the scriptures. Taking the words of Upanishad, as you squeeze the towel, so he told me, squeeze these words and get the meaning, inner meaning, deeper meaning. Oh, I know the word meaning. Go learn how to have the deeper meaning, inner meaning. Brahma bhuto. That word you say, that means that mind is absorbed in God. The moment is absorbed in God, prasannatma. If you see the face of an illumined soul, you see so serene, so calm. When you see Sri Ramakrishna's pictures in Samadhi, joyful face, so much joy inside he cannot hold it, as if his face is about to crack. That is Brahma bhuto. That is prasannatma. Seeing that person, I want to come and see you. If you have a gloomy, grouchy face, always negative, fighting, quarreling, angry, your face will look ugly. Brahma bhuto, prasannatma, na shochati. He never grieves. No demand, na kankshati. Sometimes, that is called meditation on the scriptures. So that Krishna said, Labha madbhakti labhate param. Now listen, verse 55. Bhakta mam abhijanati yavan yasyasmi tattvataha tato mam tattato gatva vishati tadanantaram. By devotion, one knows me in reality, what and who I am. Then having known me, in reality, one forthwith enters into me. Here, Krishna was talking about karma and this. Now he is praising bhakti. Bhakti. Thakur gave a very beautiful example. Bhakti is just like a woman. Well, how? Suppose somebody rang the bell, and if a woman says, I want to go inside your room, do you have any restroom or anything? We do not object. But if I say, a man coming, no, we cannot enter. Thakur says, the bhakti is just, he saw these village scenes, that how women easily enter the inner part of the house because other women are there, so they can meet. The man does not object. But if a man wants to enter, they can object. Thakur saw all these things anyhow. Bhakti mam abhijanati, bhakti, love. Abhijanati, janati means knows. Abhijanati means fully, knows completely. What does he know? Jaban. My roop, my form, various forms of God. Just shows me how I am, my swarup, my real form. My manifested form, my unmanifested real form. Brahman, transcendent, immanent, both forms. Just as me tattata, tattata. The word tattata. With upadhi, without upadhi, without adjunct, with adjunct. Tattata. Tattata means swarupata. Here is a judge. You go and in the court, you see, I see a judge. But only judge. But his wife knows that my husband is a judge and he knows his likes and his likes, and I live with this man, I know his everything. That wife knows tattata. This commentator, I shall read, it is a very fancy, very beautifully mentioned. What is tattata? How can we know God fully, completely, wholly? Here's a milk. Milk comes from the cows and others, goats, and it is white liquid substance, and it is very nutritious, healthy. All these things and you drink. Only you get one kind of taste, milk. But after coming to America, I learned 1%, 2% whole milk. We in India, we never all those things. 1%, 2%, how can be milk by percent? It is and that I learned from America, 1%, 2% milk. Then in Calcutta, they make the milk with chana, they make rasgulla, they make sandesh, they make various kinds of milk products. They make what is called rasamalai, all kinds of things, all from the milk. So you taste the same milk in various ways. That is called tattata. Milk and the milk products. Thakur says is Gyan, big Gyan. Gyan means I know the milk, and big Gyan means I drink the milk and I get nourishment, strength. That is called big Gyan. Did you see the difference? Only drinking milk and drinking and eating sandesh, rasgulla, rasamalai, all those things. That is called tattata. From the milk also various things may come. Ordinary people, what do they know? God exists. That's all. God exists. Only existence is not enough. God comes. God calls. God loves. God is my family. If you go in India, some Vaishnava home, they, in the shrine, they wake up the God through singing, they give the Mangalarati, they feed what is called butter, rock kanji, then they do the worship, then they give lunch, then they give noon rest, then they give arati, then put God to bed. As if God is a living human being. That is called tattva. Not only God exists, God is living in my home. I worship God, I love God. See the difference? Purushottama Ananda Swarupa. Obhito, Obhijanati, Sarvotobhabe, fully, completely. এই পুরুষোত্তমের স্বরূপ রূপ গুণ লীলা তত্ত্ব রূপ form, gun, quality, lila, divine play, various things you know. You know, when I was working on that book, See God with Open Eyes, first I thought Sri Ramakrishna's roof, form. Then I meditated on Sri Ramakrishna's mind. Then Sri Ramakrishna's qualities. Then Sri Ramakrishna's divine play. Then the places where Sri Ramakrishna played. So this is called various ways you can enjoy, experience the Leela of God. Not only I shall not be satisfied only with the face. Let me give an example. Chetananandaram, we want to enter. Sri Ramakrishna went to Calcutta by horse carriage. One of his young disciples named Bhavanath used to come to Dakshineshwar every week. Sri Ramakrishna told him, hey, you did not come last week. Bhavanath says, sir, I saw you in the horse carriage in Calcutta. That is the reason I did not come to you. You, boy, only you will happy only seeing me. Don't you want to talk to me? Don't you want to touch me? Don't you want to serve me? That is called tattva. Only seeing a glimpse of God is not enough. You want to talk to Him, touch Him. That Thakur did. I see God, I touch God, I talk to God. That is called tattva. That means I entered inside. You know, very interesting. This word was, it just bothering me. I was trying to understand what it means. Vishwati tadanantaram. We can enter inside God. How? Look how Upanishad says, Otasya protasya, otaproto. It is saturated. Example? Aruni, father told son, God is all-pervading, but you cannot see. Brahman is all-pervading. How? Father? My son, bring a bucket of water and a chunk of salt, a rock salt. Bring, go. He brought a bucket of water, put the salt inside the bucket. Go. Next morning, the sun came. Where is the salt? I don't see the salt. You put a rock. That is true. My son, taste it. From the bottom, it is saline, salty. From the middle, it is saline, salty. In the bottom, it is saline, salty. That salt pervaded everywhere. But you cannot see it. It is there. That is the way this Brahman, this consciousness manifested everywhere. you know, all those illustrations from the Upanishads, when we read, we can visualize. Really we can visualize how Brahman pervades in everything, in every being. Obito, Roop, Gun, Lila. How we can be the part of the God's Leela? Is God's Leela stopped forever? No way. This world is the playground of God. Stage, actors and actresses are acting. We are all actors and actresses, all of us. Each one is playing his or her own role. There is in our language there is a saying, naste na janle uchone dosh. If you do not know how to dance, you blame the stage. We must dance well, every one of us. Dance well. Still we are the companions of God, and we are all playing. Do you know what yesterday when I was thinking about this verse, what I was thinking? When I was working, translating Ramakrishna's divine play, it took 5 years, 10 years, 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. I was thinking and translating. This is the Leela. Sri Ramakrishna's Leela Prasanga, that divine play, inspired my mind or heart, and I focused my mind, I worked. Then what came? My editors, 5, 6 editors, the artists, the typesetters, the composers, all these people became the Leela Shangi, the companions of Sri Ramakrishna's divine play. Really, and now that book has gone out, and those who are reading, they are also enjoying the divine play. I'm just telling you that each one of our actions, how we can connect with God. That is the way we enter. We become the part, we become the companion and of the Leela Shangi, or the companion of his divine play. That is the way you enter. How that is possible? Ananya Bhakta, only through love. God, you cannot buy God by paying money. Only you can capture God only through love. The Bhagavatam has a shloka. It says that a bhakti, a devotion, how can tie God and make him the devotee's slave, podhin. This interpreter gave a very beautiful estimate. How do you walk? With your 2 feet. Your whole body carries your two feet carry your body, correct? That doesn't mean your feet is bigger, better than your head or heart and other things. They are the carriers. Carriers, your 2 feet, carries your body. Same thing, a bhakti, devotion, is the Ananda Shakti Rekti Vritti. Devotion, the blissful part of Brahman, is vritti, it's a wave. It comes from that heart. It comes from God, that bhakti, love, it comes upper part. And that vritti carries God and brings in the heart of the devotees. That vritti, my love for God, it comes from the heart and bring God in my heart and ties there and binds him there. So God stays there only through my love. Do you know what Thakur said? সবচেয়ে বড় পৃথিবী, This earth is very big. The ocean is bigger than the earth. 2/3 water, 1/3 ground, land, in this whole universe. This earth, you see. 2/3 water, oceans, and 1/3 earth. সবচেয়ে বড় পৃথিবী, earth is big, ocean is bigger than the earth, and the space is bigger than the earth and the ocean. And the God is bigger than the space. And that infinite God enters into human heart. So human heart is the biggest place. That's Sri Ramakrishna said. What a beautiful imagery. Earth, ocean, space, God, human heart. That infinite becomes finite and dwells in our heart. Beautiful illustration. Bhakta mam abhijanati, bhakta tu pravishtum. Now we shall see this thing from the standpoint of knowledge. According to Vedanta, there are Saptabhumis, there are 7 stages of spiritual experiences. First, called Shubhecha. You people have a little desire has come to Vedanta. That's all. Shubhecha, good wishes. And let me go to the temple. Let me listen to Swami. That is called Shubhecha. So in spiritual life, first you need an effort, self-effort. Move. Just move forward. Then comes Vicharana. The moment your desire comes, do you know what happens? Your friend says, we are going to have a party. Why are you going to Vedanta? Let us go and have barbecue. You know? Instead of going to barbecue and beer, you came to Vedanta. There your friends will divert your mind. That is called Vicharana. No. But I cannot come, I will have to go to Vedanta. This is called Vicharana. No beer, no barbecue. Third, Tonu Manusha. Tonu Manusha, do you know what this means? It means at that time, when your mind has less desire, then your mind will go float, will go like a balloon upward. You have seen how balloon goes up, so mind goes up. Why? Less desire, no back pulling, no attraction, no attachment. You know, yes, I sometimes say, the battlefield is the best place for teaching Vedanta. Do you know why? Look, if you have terrible attachment to your wife and family and children, and you have tremendous fear of death, you cannot come to the battlefield. Attachment for the family, attachment for life. Nowadays quite a bit, I watch Ukraine and Russian war in YouTube, I watch them. Oof. How these Ukrainian people with strong determination, how they are going to war. That kind of things comes. No fear, no attachment. If your mind has no fear, no attachment, that is the best time to teach Vedanta. I tell you frankly. That is the best time to learn Vedanta, teach Vedanta. That is the reason Krishna gave this message in the battlefield. He did not give in the monastery or in the ashrama, in the battlefield. So, Shubhecha, good wishes, discrimination, cessation of desires, Tonu Manusha. Then comes in the fourth stage, very interesting, Tonu Manusha Swattaputti. At that time, experiences the Atman. At that time you are Jivon Mukto in the fourth stage. And next 3 stages called Asang Shakti, Padartha Bhavi Netu Jaga. That is called Brahmavid, Brahmavid Bara, Brahmavid Bariyan, Brahmavid Barishta. If you read Jivon Mukti Vivek or Yogavashishta, they discuss these things elaborately. Brahmavid Bara, Brahman. We had a funny, interesting discourse in the training center. Uncle Maharaj, once you know the Brahman, you are the Brahman. Brahmavid, Brahmavid Bhavati. When you know Brahman, you know you are a knower of Brahman. What else? He gave a beautiful example. That person is a student in Washington University. What are you studying? Well, I am a BA student. He just entered the BA class. Then another year passed. What are you studying? Who are you? Well, I am a BA student. Then when he is going to have his final examination, what am I? I am a BA student. These 3 BA students, the same person, he says, I am a BA student, I am a BA student, I am a BA student. But there is a lot of difference of his knowledge. A lot of difference. I am a student, just beginning. I do not know much. But I am a BA student. There is a gradation of knowledge, wisdom. The way he explained to us, I shall never forget. I am talking about in 1964 in the training center. He was teaching that there is a gradation of wisdom. I am a student. The Brahmavid, Nwara Brahman, Brahmavid, Bara, Bodhian, Bodhi, it is all degrees. I am a medical, I am a doctor. If you are a surgeon, I am an open heart surgeon. Perhaps this is the first time you are doing surgery, I shall not go to you. I shall go to a surgeon who did hundreds of surgery because I know this person has experience. I have faith in that person. That is the way it works. I want an experienced doctor to look after me. So now you understand there is a gradation of knowledge. Vishate tadanantaram. So this Jivan Mukto, he entered into Brahman, God. His mind is saturated with God consciousness. That is called Vishare. You can do it with bhakti, through love, as I already explained. You can enter through this knowledge. You can enter through karma also. That Krishna says. Janakadayo, Janaka and other kings also, they experience same thing through action. Through action. Jnani karmani, there is some, I wrote down, that karma, through karma also, Krishna eulogized quite a bit of karma. Through that also, you can enter God. Jivan Mukta. The only an illumined soul, do you know why? That illumined soul is a real lover. Do you know why? Because at that time he has no likes and dislikes. He sees God in everything and every being. And at that time, do you know what he does? It is called Bodhisattva ideal. The goal of my life has been achieved. The purpose of my life is done. This body is there. Let this body help others. That is the Bodhisattva ideal. I am the ferryman. You want to go to the other side of the river? Come to my boat. I shall take you and put you to the other side of the river, liberation. That is called Bodhisattva ideal. Only his body, his mind, only serve others. At that time he sees gods in everything and in every being. And that is the way he thinks that I want to serve others, I might give life to others. That you will feel in Vivekananda's life. I never did anything for myself. Zero selfishness. That is Swamiji. That is the reason I ask people, study Swami Vivekananda well. Parashanti. তারপর পরম শান্তি ভগবানের কৃপাদৃষ্টি. At that time God's grace comes to that person. He showers grace to all. Purushpuja Vikas, Kritakritya na bole hriday khule. At that time his heart opens. At that time he wants to give and give and give and give. Most people are takers. We want to take. And these people is a giver. There is so much joy to give. One girl used to come here, divorced 3 children. Used to work in a departmental store, salesperson, very little money. So somebody gave her a little money. Christmas time, she went to Target and bought some very small gifts for her children. I was thinking, hard to survive with that little money she was making. But she is seeing the joy in the faces of her children. My mom brought some gifts for me, Christmas gifts. That day I can feel what is called joy in giving. The mother cannot afford to buy anything for herself. That is called joy. Giving, give. That Swamiji says, take the position of a giver, not a taker. Give whatever you have. If you have money, give money. If you have a strength, give body, give some service. Give something to the Lord. I remember when I came here, I think those who want to be member, I think there are $2, membership. That stage, till recently we changed it a little bit. I said, make it 10. 2 is too low. And those who cannot afford, just say service. No binding. That token is just for the enrollment, that you are a member. That's all. Anyhow, money is not the main thing. How we can penetrate. There is a beautiful mantra in the Upanishad, Munjaka Upanishad. I shall not recite the Sanskrit. As different rivers enter the ocean and forget their name and form. I am Mississippi River. I am Columbia River. I am Hudson River. I am different Colorado River. All these rivers, when they meet the ocean, they forget their name, they forget their form. Similarly, a knower of Brahman forgets the name and form and merges into Brahman. Nama rupe bihayo. But do you know the problem? We get afraid to become one with Brahman. Why? Because your ego will die. Oh my goodness, my individuality will go away. That is the reason most people do not want that Nirgun Brahman. Even Swami Vivekananda cried out when Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "Sir, what are you doing? What are you doing?" The whole world began to vanish from his mind. "I have father, I have mother in my home. What are you doing? What are you doing?" Sri Ramakrishna again brought him down. Do you know Manjukya Upanishad, there is a mantra. Asparsha yogo namo vai durdarsho sarva yogi bhi yogino vibhoti hi asmad abhaye bhayadarshina. A asparsha yoga, this merging into Brahman, vishate, entering God. Even the yogis are afraid. Because why are you afraid of death? Because your individuality, your existence will disappear. So that thing will happen when you have the knowledge of Brahman. I remember one of my students came to me and said, "Swami, I want Samadhi." I told him, "Before you want Samadhi, you should hire Hriday." Sri Ramakrishna's nephew, you know, when he was Samadhi, he used to hold him. Otherwise, you will break your teeth and hands. You hire somebody. So her husband says, "Swami, I can't do that job. Let my wife have Samadhi." Sri Ramakrishna was telling the Brahmos, "Tumra shade mate acho, ami jole gechi." You people are very happy. You are, enjoying a little spiritual life and family life and children, and you have a very nice life. But myself, I am completely burnt. Burnt. Just like burnt rope. That rope, if you find in the form is there, but with that rope you cannot bind anything. I am completely burnt. Sri Ramakrishna, those illustrations are so beautiful. Entering, how to enter God. I read another scripture called Vichar Sagar. There, Nishchala Das could not find out God to bow down. Bodho chahi jaku sukriti bhajata ramo niskam so mero hai atma kaku kuru pranam. Say Ram, whom I worship, do you know what happened to me? I could not find him. Because he has become one with me. So how can I bow down to my beloved God? He could not find God to bow down. That is called Vishate Tadanantaram, how to penetrate God. And the gopis, they played with Krishna, they gave their body, life, everything. When Krishna left, Uddhava came and said, "You girls, why are you crying? Krishna is God, Krishna in the heart of everybody." Then Uddhava says, "You foolish, you fool. You are asking us to meditate on Krishna. How shall we meditate on Krishna? Do you know what is necessary for meditation? You need a mind. We have no minds. Krishna took away our minds." What a concept. Just think of that. Krishna took away our minds. We have no minds. That is called Vishate Tadanantaram. These devotees penetrating to Krishna, entered into Krishna. Their body mind were full of Krishna consciousness. That stage, if you have, blessed you are. But you will not be able to function. Somebody will have to feed you. You cannot function in this world anymore if God enters inside you. I remember Sri Ramakrishna gave an illustration. I went to San Diego Zoo. So one of our devotees' niece was a trainer, whale trainer. So I saw 4,000-pound killer whale. They brought it from the ocean and put a tank and they're training the whale so that it can play in the big pool. Do you know what? I saw that whale, 4,000-pound heavy whale moving, and splashing water. So when that infinite God enters inside human beings, it is hard for him to hold. They fall. That is the reason Sri Ramakrishna, it is in the scripture, you will not live, you will live only 21 days. And some people say, well, I want to see God. 21 days. I remember I used to tease our Hollywood devotees. Oh my goodness, I changed that. Hollywood devotees, they say, Swami, we want to see God. Uncle, you really want to see God? If God appears before you at night in your room, what will happen? Jesus appeared. You will call 911. You better, God, you will stay on the wall. Don't come near my bed. You will be scared to death. Anyhow, just, Swami, you are discouraging us to have God realization. I am encouraging you, but I am cautioning you. Please love God so that God can, do you know what will happen then? Matto bhavati atmaramo bhavati. You will get, that in our scripture says, Nitto chabhavavete samnitya srinitya mangalam yesamridista bhagavan mangalayatanam hari. When God dwells in your heart, you will get all the time festivity, excitement, festivity. That we want. That we want. Sri Ramakrishna was telling Swamiji, hello, here is a cup of syrup, and you are an ant. How will you sip that syrup? Swamiji said, well, I shall sit on the brink of the cup, and there I shall extend my neck, and there I sip syrup. Sri Ramakrishna says, why? What is wrong? Why do you jump into the cup and sip syrup? Oh, sir, then I shall die. That tiny ant, the moment it enters into the cup of the syrup, it will die. Then what Sri Ramakrishna says, my son, in the ocean of Satchidananda, nobody dies, you will be immortal. What a beautiful illustration he gave. So for us, we shall sit on the edge of the cup and sip a little bit syrup, that would be enough. One of his disciples are telling Sri Ramakrishna, sir, I get so much joy, I do not get sleep at night. That happens when God enters inside you. When Sri Ramakrishna blessed Mothur, 3 days he could not function. She was asking, Master, could you give me a bhava bhakti, a little ecstasy? So Sri Ramakrishna gave, I shall ask mother. So he gave mother. He could not function 3 days. Then he came, Master, you take back your this ecstasy, it is not for me, you take it. I am just telling you that how to enter God, and there is so much joy. Your life will be carried by the current of bliss the moment you enter God. I could not tell the whole thing in this one verse. My time is over. My goodness. All right. Vasatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mriturma amritam gamaya, avirabirma yedhi, rudrajate dakshinam mukham, tenamam pahinitam, om shanti, shanti, shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality, light us through and through, and guide us evermore with thy loving presence. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all.